You know, there's a lot of confusion out there on lithium cranking batteries and what size you need to get through an entire weekend of fishing. So let's go ahead and help you answer that question with this option right here. This is a monster LiTime Group 31 size 165 amp hour dual purpose battery. This is the answer to your question if there's something that you're like, I want to go in a remote place all weekend and not have to worry about charging. This guy's going to get that done for you. I have been running the 140 amp hour version for the last year or so, and I've had outstanding results. I go out there, even with my, this doesn't charge very much to the 115 horsepower. And even when I go out, I'm running a big 19-inch screen. You can probably see the Get Fish Marine display there. And I'm running an 8612 and a 93 SV Garmin. And I might use 20% on like a 6-hour day of fishing. So even if you were to double that, that's like 40% of the battery. And this thing is even bigger than that. This is 165 amp hours, which is insane for a Group 31 size battery. It's gonna drop right in to most bass boats. And this is one thing that is super cool with these dual purposes is you can take out like your cranking battery, take out your dedicated marine electronics battery, and just put one back there. This boat runs off a 2-bank charger. I have one of these in here and I have a 36-volt battery, and that's it, which is super cool. So let's jump into the features of this and start talking about this cool battery. 12.8 volts nominal battery, MCA, marine cranking amps, that's done at 32 degrees F. That is 1,300 amps MCA. Like, you're talking big time cranking power. This thing's like not even there for sure. It's way overkill for this boat. I've started this one off a 20 amp hour cranking battery, and it's even then that's more than enough. This is a full 1,300 MCA, which is outstanding. Cycle life, you got more than 4,000 cranking attempts or cranking tries on here. It's saying over 5,000, which, you know, I wouldn't doubt that at all. Cranking over one of these motors, one of these 250 horse motors is not a big deal for a big battery like this. It does have a 15 amp requirement for heating. So these, let's talk through heating here real quick. When you have a dual purpose battery or anything that you could charge under below freezing conditions, it either needs to have, if you need to charge it, actually charge it, it needs to have a heated function because you need to warm up the cells to be able to accept a charge. Most batteries, most all of them now, have low temperature charge protection, so you can't charge it. But ideally, if you're running a big motor and stuff, you want to be able to charge it. Therefore, it's got a heater in it. It needs to see 15 amps really to heat up that heating grid and warm the battery up. From a weight standpoint, it's like 33 pounds, which is insane because when you talk about like a traditional, like an AGM battery, they're like 50 pounds and like 50 amp hours. So this thing is like 3 times the energy, which is just outstanding for the same overall dimensions. You've got IP67 rating, and then all of the other features and functions that you would want. So let's go ahead and talk through that. You got high voltage protection, low voltage, short circuit protection, too hot, too cold, low temperature charge protection. It's heated, and it's got Bluetooth. Bluetooth, absolutely must have. Would not buy a battery anymore without it. There's just, I mean, you can get a $150 battery with Bluetooth. There's really no reason to buy it anymore. Let's talk about the Bluetooth app for just a minute. So it is on the Google Play Store. It's also on Apple. And the way you set it up is you download the app, of course, and then you're able to just scan the QR code here on the top. So there's a QR code here. You scan it, that tells it what battery it is, and then you usually need to scan the second code here to tell it the serial number. Now, for some reason, it didn't scan on my app. Not a big deal because you can manually enter the numbers. There's just a whole lot of them. It's probably like 25 digits. But once you get all that done, it'll sync up. It'll tell you the state of charge. It'll tell you the temperatures, the batteries are, the cells are imbalanced or not, what it's doing. You can turn the battery on and off. If you do turn it off, I've had this comment before, like, hey, I hit the power off button and I don't really know what to do to get it back. If you hit the power off button in the Bluetooth app, it shuts the battery down completely, like it's in shipping mode, like it's in sleep mode, and you need to jump it with 12 volts to wake it back up. So usually your charger will do that, or you can jump it off another 12-volt battery to wake it up. So know that before you hit that button, make sure you can turn the thing back on. Let's talk about LiTime for a second. So if you followed the channel at all, I've been using LiTime batteries, not exclusively, but I've been using them for a long time now. I've had zero problems with them. They have been working fantastic. I've been running a dual purpose battery for over a year now, also with zero problems there. And they're really definitely stepping up their game. They're getting a lot more serious in the marine industry. They've even got like just little things like their top covers now got the LiTime logo really, you know, formed into it, which is just showing they're really stepping up to get more precision, more of their requirements into the battery, making sure that the quality is there. They want to make sure that someone's not peeling off the stickers on this battery and putting a different one on. This is a LiTime battery, which is one of my top recommended batteries. If you're going to go to that like low to medium budget size battery, LiTime is definitely on the top of my list, I'd say. If you are interested, I'll have links down in the description to check those out. But overall, I've had, like I said, I've been using it here for a while, absolutely no issues whatsoever. The amount of power that's on this battery is just absurd. It is definitely like, I could run my boat probably for 5 days with like minimal charging. Because my alternator or my stator is not very big on this outboard. I could probably run it for 5 days. And if you've got a big motor, 250 or something that's really cranking out like 75, 85 amp alternator, like you may almost never need to charge this thing, depending on how long of a run you make. It has an enormous amount of power, and I don't want to undermine that. 165 amp hours is crazy. Now I always get this question, like, does it work on older motors? And there's, unfortunately, I can't answer that because they were done well before like lithiums were a thing, and it's a hit or miss. I do recommend reaching out to Facebook groups, forums, or anything like that and get some first-person interactions with those that have had success with it or some failures and help make that decision. But on their website, they do claim to be compatible with Mercury, Tohatsu, Suzuki, Honda, Evinrude. Like, I've got firsthand experience with the Mercury, so I could talk to that, and I've had no issues with it. And that's a quick look at the LiTime 165 amp hour dual purpose battery. Appreciate you coming along. If you found some value in this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Check out this video right here, and we'll see you on the next one.